And good evening. Welcome to the Sports Business Classroom postgame show, live from Summer League. Hi, I'm your host, Mario Morgan, here with Logan Thomas, Trent Washington, and John Costas as we review the Utah Jazz defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves 108 to 96. Great game, exciting game. First of
Very.
all, I want to hear your feelings on the Utah Jazz and how they succeeded, going 2-0 so far in the Summer League here in Vegas. Logan, what's your thoughts?
Man, there were some standout players tonight with Micah Potter and Keontae George. I feel like Micah Potter definitely had some explosive dunks there in the first quarter. He got the crowd going and kind of set the tone for the rest of the game to keep the quarter close by making those good shots.
Definitely, definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then if we're going to talk about Potter, we can't forget about the star, Keontae George, man. Came out very aggressive. Every time he was out there, man, he was looking to score. When we were watching the game, I'm seeing the Wolves are having to throw double teams to the man because they just couldn't stop him. Off the high pick and rolls, they were trying to trap him. So he was, he definitely was getting to it. And then just to touch a little bit on what Logan was talking about with Potter, I mean, he came out very aggressive, man. Like she talked about the explosive dunks, hit some big threes, and he was huge in the transition as well, setting up his teammates. So you got to love what you see from the Jazz out there, man.
Agree.
Yeah, man, I agree. The Utah Jazz look very, very good so far in Summer League. They're currently 2-0. And believe it or not, they already have two players that was a late scratch today in Oche with back spasms, and he was their second leading scorer. And then also you're missing Bryce Sensabaugh, who you just drafted with Taylor Hendricks, and they're still coming out and competing. I give this team a lot of credit. The game was pretty much close throughout the first half, 25-27 Minnesota. It turned around in the second half, and that's when, Utah kind of took over and did their thing.
They definitely did. They definitely did. Minnesota falls to 1-1 so far in the Summer League. Trent, I'll start with you. What did you take away from watching Minnesota play tonight?
Well, I say this. Minnesota, they got a good player in Leonard Miller. Leonard Miller will be cracking the rotation this year for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He showed me a lot. He can drive with both hands, left or right. He can shoot at top of the key. He was taking his man pretty much the whole game. He finished 7 for 15, led the team in minutes, and also led the team in points with 20 points today. So, and also was a +3 plus minus. So.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I'll kind of piggyback off that. I think Leonard Miller had a huge game. Trent talked about leading the Wolves in scoring with the 20 points, 5 rebounds. But I want to touch on his efficiency. Shot 46% from the field, 50% from a three-point line. And look, man, I know it's Summer League, but I'm going to go ahead and get into it, man. Leonard Miller will be a star in this league. Y'all heard it here first, man. Leonard Miller will be a star in this league. He's got all the intangibles, all the tangibles, however you want to look at it, man. He's got it all. Love what you see from Leonard Miller out there today. And then just want to, because the Timberwolves did, lose the game today, I just want to talk about some players who maybe didn't show up as much as maybe they were expected. That's, Trevion Williams. We're talking about a 6'10" big out there who's supposed to be, taking care of the paint, but he only finished the game with 6 points, 4 rebounds, and a -10 and a plus-minus. So you got to see some more for your big out there.
Agree, John. Appreciate that. Logan, what did you take away from the game from Minnesota?
Man, one of the standout players for me was DJ Carton. He made a few plays that were really eye-opening, I think. He was able to penetrate the paint, and he had a couple of fast breaks where he was able to kind of thread that ball through the needle to get those tough shots. And because of that, he was actually able to score 7 points. He had 6 assists, and he actually had 4 steals, which is pretty good.
Defense in Summer League, definitely. After a good game, and there was a back-and-forth affair, what was your overall feelings? I'm going to ask the three of you. What was your overall feelings from tonight of seeing the three teams go at it? Start with you, Trent.
Well, the main reason, Minnesota, they came out there, they shot 22% from the three-point line. That's not going to win you no ball games. You're shooting 4 for 18, and then for the Utah Jazz, they're shooting 16 for 44, so that's going to change the whole ball game. And matter of fact, also, when you just look at the free throw differential, the refs are calling a lot of questionable calls. The Minnesota Timberwolves had 33 attempts. They made 24 out of 33. But then when you look at the Utah Jazz, they only had 12 free throws, 8 for 12, and they still came out with this game winning by double digits, 12 points. So three-pointers pretty much won them this game in that strong fourth quarter, winning by 9, 20-29.
Logan, did you have any takeaways that you have overall feelings from the game tonight?
Man, I just saw a lot of maturity out there from those guys, and they're hungry to get in the league, get on that roster, and start the season.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
John, what would you think? Your final thoughts?
I mean, real back and forth game, but I think ultimately what it comes down to is kind of what Trent was talking about. This league is a three-point shooters league, and the Timberwolves shot 22% from the three-point line as a team. That's just simply not going to cut it, man. I mean, this is a shooters league, and if you can't shoot, you'll easily find your way out of this league, man. But just love my boy Leonard Miller, man. Just got to give him all the props.
Well, definitely, definitely. It was a great show tonight. Again, the Utah Jazz defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves 108-96. Here from the Sports Business Classroom postgame show, live from Summer League. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Thank you.